Gilg Jew, Gilg J as Gilg Claare.
As me saw sure dat Claare na Gael, a shame a hatnya say shoeish altige. My name is Robert Cutting Carswell, Robert a Carslach.
Have you ever had tell of old Bobby Bob?
And I'm here to bring you the programme which is called Claare na Gael, which comes to you in two languages, in the English language as Sachilg, and in the Manx Gaelic, Chinna na Mera, the mother tongue of Alan Panning, the Isle of Man. As Bannachten de Trish. William Gael has just referred to an act of vandalism when, in about the 1820s or 30s, a farmer in St Mark's broke up a huge boulder in a field. The story of the boulder was not very pleasant because a giant, Godred Crovan in this case, had used it to kill his wife. Ta skiel na breirich en grim gaan een nieuw ben, as te rie ons cheer as ons achtdenjach te jean de wel vis chit de wege fi tavi, de goedli red bestagert, maar de wege chit de as an As you've been hearing from Phil in Guldersgagen, it's an Chroniac running from tomorrow, Monday the 21st, to next Sunday the 27th of July. So we'll be hearing music from guests and Manx performers this year. And someone here for Chroniac is Catherine from Idaho. Catherine listens to Claare na Gael in Idaho. I presume she listens to it at about lunchtime, local time. And for Catherine and for everybody, there's lots to look forward to, including from Cornwall, Annie Bayliss. Tawys geestiach rish Radio Vanning Stasiwn the Nasiwn, with skull scalia mach by Dúlish, Alan Vanning.
Greva glow. Skin calanan bones, gueres then, rep gueres, well there's in ons them when, sin seeing galanan down, and less bis them birth, propose any worries, gans pop nelly a gig when quiver is dealing three, glocklin less. Cincy in battle brass, pure wheat, then and wheat, you have and they have a prattle get in and grief, then they will leave. The sunny and scathian, ray scathian, and ray a brass alcohol. Miss inside a gun as one.
And that's the Annie Baylis Band with a song written by Annie, Pugh and Dur. It's a bit of a sudden jump from St Mark's, but here, overlooking Santon's Vale, fair Claare, still in memories pale, linked with the honoured name of Quail. Well, Claare dates from the late 1870s, built by the Quail family of Bridge House in Castletown. Mark Hildersley Quail and his son John planned a mansion. They bought land from Ballashamrock and Knockalochan in the 1830s, but they didn't get on with the job. Nothing was done until the late 1870s. And then Mark Hildersley Quail himself died in 1879, so it was his son John Quail who became the first occupier of Claare. John Quail's wife was Emily Catherine Gaughan of the Gaughans of Kentraw. You may remember that Neddy the brewer, Edward Gaughan, rather tricksily took Kentraw from the Qualtros, the Colcherach family. Emily Catherine was the granddaughter of Neddy the brewer. John Quail was a member of the House of Keys and captain of the parish of Santon. He died in 1899 and Emily in 1908. The property remained with the Quail family descendants until it was sold out of the family in 1948. Sé Oceanry ag Geron Lunjege trede for de chulje fech en Gael, de redden just elia as Kudacher, as we shen currit les stiachon jor sherwent firnjach. A grauwe Kudach goch fijn just derven sherwent engel maak asnies. Luider rauche dod de sharwent shadow nai mien gierege, de redden maakten of a suggest, as tre highest jachon de redden eeg gerre lunje, de choregus en chamber early ristach, ons renne highest jachse chamber ege heen, hoge en doris vol glas, as gawe a kudach by, as ons shen ver eurt nieuw ben kogrit, as gawe sharwent meer jay de e. Geleers renne benten rishatinjege, chile shien quech. Is tre haiegus an unjig, hoe maag der au korean de sperru van. As een smoene shen, der au eble jeggesen tigel ne wat de grey, gaus wat lord nog an olju wat de nagen salai. Ach, bekken de sanmi. Gael ven rein, feinje. As we courage gus leia jaar ren shaw, dan eschen ren gaije. And the Moloch Band will be playing as part of the Celtic Myths and Legends concert on Thursday the 24th of July, and they'll be also playing at the Black Dog Oven next Sunday.
Did you not put that sod in the chimney pot and fill the boat with smoke for a joke and laughing all the way?
Oh, no, 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 honest mommy, we weren't there. Oh, no, 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 how well you know we never dare. Just please believe you.
No, 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 no.
again. Ooh, Mummy, I'm not a bad begin.
Isaac says you're shocking. Ian says they're jocking. Isaac says you've lost your soul in the night on rock and roll. When you do what you do all the night, and you do what you do all the day. When you slew it on the drinky drinky cock metal beer and swing it on a sweet girl's head.
Oh no 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 no, honest mommy, we weren't there. Oh no 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 no, how well you know we never dare. Just please believe me.
No, no,
No 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 no.
The Mollock Band and A Rain of Again, a song they've just started doing again, and Julie remarked how easily they just fell into it. Geder our Sharvent Orna, ve courage man of Vodach Coren and Magadi a lair gain, the berg brunis gint the rawe kindach, as the berg dere courage Gouds we ons close gastjul gele na tunnigen lord regelia. As doort verjou, drou pien se sprachen ek, no drou fo unjege wen rein tre honniki riddenacht na lion shen. As de rennie as de rennie dris de klugge soeserid shaw, ach eis de denke macht en fenia a ben rainborn. As sen gauwe sjarwent greim a tunnig, Rennie Corleshi gus a ben chogra as doet ri gin marrow a fair shaw, ti ledden avir a high gull cogra. Nim, doet a ben chogra goil tausties a lawek. Genel bore les bech a fair shaw, ti we lur Australia de lurana. Esh, Rennie skult a soos a scornachek, as trevi forslich, as forslit a sen, ach fenia ven rain, as we shen regetten se sprockenek. Dat gamleschel as trevi voorzit voor fenia wen rein na getten se sprockenek. Dat is scherwent nisch prowel de bachtel de raweona. Well, down the east coast again, and further down, stands Ronald's Way, so reminiscent of the day when Christian gave the Isle away. And that revolting regicide, filled with the lust of power and pride, the ordinance of heaven defied. Well, Ronaldsway Farm was owned by William Christian, Illiam Dawn, and there 800 Manx militia took an oath to stand with him against the Countess of Derby, who would have held the island against the parliamentarians, irrespective of the cost to the Manx people. Illiam Dawn treated with the parliamentarians to uphold the ancient rights and privileges of the Manx people, so in that sense he gave the isle away. The alternative would have been an island destroyed without regard to its people. William Gael provides a footnote about that revolting regicide. The footnote reads simply, Cromwell. And, of course, he went on there to say that he, the ordinance of heaven, defied. Well, he finishes with an exclamation mark, so I hope he's being ironic about Charles I's claims about the divine right of kings. Scottish duo of harp player Rachel Hare and guitarist Ron Jappy, who'll be playing in the Royal Chapel in St John's on Friday evening the 25th of July with Rachel's students Claare, and they'll be performing Rachel's suite in tribute to Archibald Knox, The Deer's Cry.
The Nation Station, Men's Radio.
Seo dat Stasiwn yn Asiwn Radio Barim, sé Claare na Gael bys verglaas yn Carnish, a sé Robert gytyn Carswell mish, Robert na Carslach.
Did he ever hear tell of old Bobby Bob?
Rysjacht yn lwg de Claare na Gael guller sgelia maach, te cair dwch eis rys, trwy dyn y dega Radio Barim. Ach, de podcast in Genius, wys vergeten trwy dyn y dega Radio Barim, na trwy dyn rai cher de podcast ed. Apple Podcasts, Amazon Audible, Spotify, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, na Alexa. Ronaldsway Farmhouse was demolished in the 1940s to make way for the extension of the Ronaldsway Airfield. Next to the airport, King William's now commands a halt. Our pen would be in sore default to pass by Mannin's savouring salt. Though some esteem it not a favour, 'tis certain that good learning's flavour still constitutes the world's best savour. When Mannin for the cult was yearning, some earnest souls, her need discerning, built and equipped this seat of learning, whence through the generations down many went forth to win renown with sword and cassock, wig and gown. Stout branches these, well crowned with foliage, disseminate from that tree of knowledge the good stem of Mannin's College. Thou noble pile, had we but leisure, 'twould surely be our chiefest pleasure to chant thy praise in fullest measure. Well, King William's College itself dates from 1833, but its antecedents go back to Bishop Isaac Barrow's Trust, which was set up in 1668. Maar ach de choline Michaeris ver horrens rennen ri kid den scherwent sjo de hierre faurenjach han heen, as renne gelden rish nis de berge pert smoo onze luchtai rioilegge courage day. Ach renne scherwent duelde shen, as renneach shire kabel as urgit rai troilt, no de rauw jiri egge fagen en sail, as de yin beggen megitamush. Ma sob an jiri eg a lawich day, as rennig ol toiach der gulle redegge. As leider au henk eg as poil de hostje, as liorish shen honnig eg 3 jisten ver jitte wei fillich me giet ons na schuenen, as ver pandoech son hostje. Geide wel slide kaaj en gien jisten mor been bol wenach, wei tiggle fi mai a dobberenok der ouwe der cheek herrichten ons zacht getrai. As no der au krie a riesach egge, henke noes van gavel egge, as hugge na 3 jisten ashries san ostje. Well, the Welsh band Abank started out in a way, I suppose, similar to Culture Bannin's Bree Sessions and the band Scran, but they formed into a band in their own right, able to draw on up to a dozen performers, and this year at Chroniach we'll have 8 of them.
Ti'n mynd I draeth y ber mo machlyd hael yn gwyl o'r greg tawog o fach ar lan y gorfod swyn o I ti gael dod Mae'r slibrwyd treion am ei ffeithiau arwyr chwedlon i'w ei gael Swyt y feddwl llawn dy chwedlyd paid o gadael y siwr Cer I ddilyn yn lliwio law o cer I baratoi naw Cer I weld y môr o'r mawrion sy'n Cer I ddilyn yn lliwio law o cer I baratoi naw Cer I weld y môr o'r mawrion sy'n gael teithio dros y byd, fe gyd i weld drwy lygaid newydd shwt mae eraill yn byw. Ni fydd y daith yn llawn peryglon, gwylio dros y gefn o hyd, cofiad oes na ddim dychwelyd rôl ti adael y siwr. Cer i ddilyn yn lliwio'r alba, cer i baratoi nawr, cer i weld y môr mawrion sir. Cer i ddilyn yn lliwio'r alba, cer i baratoi nawr, cer i weld y môr mawrion sir. Yn sibr o steon am ei ffeithiau a gwerchwedlon yw ei gair o siwt yn feddwl llawn dychwelyd paid a gadael y siwr. Cer i ddilyn yn lliwio'r alba, cer i baratoi nawr, cer i weld y môr mawrion sir. Cer i ddilyn yn lliwio'r alba, cer i baratoi nawr, cer i weld y môr mawrion sir. Cer i ddilyn yn lliwio'r alba, cer i baratoi nawr, cer i weld y môr mawrion sir.
Traeth y Bermo, performed by Welsh band Afanc. Van y tri isen kraw William y Geert yn gyrples jaunus, as er yn y China maach de Kingok, as demod by cwnjan ein so as nimmers corleech dut, no de velos livration. Renne markeach roos, as lurk tamelt chile corre beg chit nis vain geniach vo cat an de gabel. Deesde, is wij tiggle en acht voor rine snjengen en gagen. De jinnacht na Dania shaw ach frail jay les na been voere staglach ook. Short en kabel ommejach shaw chit as stamper schies me fabel les na hingnen grijege. Esch ren en dunje chindea kabel schies volgaden. As dilly rine snjengen en wie kun je ein so as nimmers korleeg dut. Ren de cadden ligele trud keel. As onsjen honneke feech as feech nin shadow ljorish en edok, as kjaumaag asji na vier egok. Soelju, os je gen ege chrijsju, diliad. Isaac Barrow was a sword bishop, with powers spiritual and temporal as Bishop of Soda and Man and as governor. His fund was established with the idea of building a centre of learning in the island because he was shocked by the lack of knowledge of the Manx clergy, never mind the Manx people. He writes, "At my coming into the island, I found the people for the most part loose and vicious in their lives, rude and barbarous in their behaviour, and, which I suppose the cause of this disorder, without any true sense of religion, and indeed in a condition almost incapable of being bettered, for they had no means of instruction. Their ministers, it is true, took upon them to preach, but were themselves much fitter to be taught, being very ignorant and wholly illiterate, having had no other education than what that rude place afforded them. Not many books among them, nor they intelligent of any but English books, which come very rarely thither." Well, not a ringing endorsement, is it? Well, we've had some very successful collaborations with performers who are from Irish families or descendants living in Manchester. Connolly was one. And one of the foremost families there in The Manchester Irish population are the McGoldricks, and we have sisters Catherine on flute and whistle and Ciara on concertina and vocals, and their cousin Mairead on bodhrán, with a family friend Jimmy Patrick on guitar. And here Ciara sings.
Oh, Bridget O'Malley, you've left my heart shaken with a hopeless desolation. I'd have you to know it's the wonders of admiration your quiet face has taken, and your beauty will haunt me wherever I go. White moon above the pale sands, the pale stars above the thorn tree. I'll call beside my darling, but no purer than she. I gaze upon the cold moon till the stars drown in the warm sea, and the bright eyes of my darling are never on me. My Sunday is weary, my Sunday is grey now. My heart, it is a cold thing, my heart is a stone. All joy is dead in me, my life has gone away now, for another has taken my love for his own. The day it is approaching when we were to be married, and it's rather I would die if only to grieve. Oh, meet me, my darling, where the sun sets on the barley, and I'll meet you there on the road to Dronsley. Oh, Bridget O'Malley, you've left my heart shaken with a hopeless desolation. I'd have you to know it's the wonders of admiration your quiet face has taken, and your beauty will haunt me wherever I go.
And her ain sin, Bridget O'Malley, Leorish Luchtai McGoldrick, the McGoldricks. For his fund, Isaac Barrow confiscated Hango Hill, which was tenanted by the Lace family. They appealed, and the Deemsters and Keys upheld their complaint, but Barrow overruled them. And then he set up an Abbey Court, which actually didn't exist, and the Abbey Court excluded the Lace family. Those involved in proceedings were the governor, the bishop, the clerk of the rolls, and the plaintiff putting the case. Well, all those roles were vested in one person, Isaac Barrow. And funnily enough, the decision of the court was in favour of the bishop. And on that decision, the militia was sent to evict, but the Laces refused, and so Barrow ordered roofs to be stripped off the dwelling and outhouses, the livestock to be turned out, and Ellen Lace, she was a nursing mother, was imprisoned in Castle Rushen, and for 4 days she wasn't even given any food, and she was held for a further 4, and at which point John Lace was arrested and imprisoned. He appealed from his prison cell, and again the Deemsters and Keys upheld the case. Barrow then got Charles, Earl of Derby, to cow the Deemsters and Keys into submission or face consequences. Ha not much pronisiwn y soldier, dilly yn fych as a voir fych na fiege, tashu moer de loer de goil kereil Jewish heen. Van a fi wacht eeg na lai a tollu, as bennelt, as boele en leis na skien en ook, as eemach, Ridden mal for gush kuna shingen, ga not much goil kereiljen heen, ga not much eer etlach, ga not much ach gedden bes by agres. Esh henke dunje eeg, shen greien sharvent sho, esh henken dunje eeg kinjel noes wijn gabelegge. Renne maru a gabel les je skin egge, as dege eg na fi egge kaur bi. Henked kor limmerach soes. Gauwe J morgien, as demad, Be kunjen ein so is nimmert kor leeg dut. Me so nish wij ersen jin a image in an ergen egge heen. As treve engel red ljouwer, renke balje moer. Van moeren fire is tjonne a gelie ons strijden. As henk dunje kabel, ren vogle mach, Ta nina ri shira dunje pussy. Ach, haien dunje eschen de geri pussy, sein de kulina overdoli, as manabelli chitlesh de spijelach, sein de call of yours. Callum Stewart with the Craigalachie Lasses. Craigalachie is on the River Spey. Callum will be taking part in the Celtic Myths and Legends concert on Thursday the 24th and in concert with his trio on Saturday the 26th with step dancing by Sophie Stevenson.
The Nation Station, Men's Radio.
Stasiwn yn asiwn to Radio Fanning, si Claare na Gael with Sculler Scalia Ma Cartnish, Mish Robert Cadine Carswell, Robert a Carslach.
Have you heard tell of owl Bobby Bob?
Te, va imedi a chor ber Hanna, ach, va de chol of Joisach, ons vardeel. En dun je eig en Charventine, tre honneke en een rie, ve na galach chwish ljorish en elijek, de renne Jeruj, de chulje gauw. As haiegus en rie, as renne cheppele heen mor versuri. Esh ve na li jail, gus chow na mara. As verfenje kjouts jackson usje, rosh na sulinegge. Esh dint rie de beiden corlession fenje nis rish vai grunt na mara. As doort ma vissu chit back na fagoosh, bi u courage fono tonnen rish as rish, der a vissu bait. Wat de cholle ver goil chimme jen den jeger, hired as dega na lummerken jorish a cheen. Gauws when a jade were a try as smuljen sen, jes a ge hangt 3 yeasten, as Hudson gammelt sha. Isaac Barrow's family shield features as part of the school badge of King William's College, and pupils are Barrovians. When asked for a financial contribution to the college, King William IV said he would give his most valuable possession, his name. So King William's College it became. It had 46 pupils when it opened in 1833, but it suffered a serious fire in 1834 when that burnt a library of manuscripts, formerly the Bishop's Library, which had been housed in Castletown, and we probably lost a lot of valuable manuscripts in that fire. As William Gael notes, many pupils had gone on into professions. But time is brief. The tide will run as ever since time first begun. Thus time and tide will wait for none. Where Hango Hill stands, weird and lone, methinks the winds and waves bemoan the untimely fate of Ilium Dawn. Well, what's marked up as Hango Hill is the remains of a summer house of Lord Strange, the heir to the Earl of Derby. Hango Hill itself is thought to have been flattened and is where St Thomas's Chapel now stands as part of the King William's College complex. Also taking part in the Celtic Myths and Legends concert on Thursday the 24th of July will be Kurjan Kujak.
Oh
And there we heard that wonderful arrangement by Annie Kissack RBV for Gurgen Kujach of the traditional song Arain a Glastian. Of Ilium Dawn, William Gael continues, Frail mortal, was it not most just? Dread retribution surely must o'ertake him who betrays his trust. Now, when James Earl of Derby left the island, Ilium Dawn was to protect the Countess. Now, if in opposing the parliamentarians any had been wounded or killed, that would certainly have condemned the Countess in parliamentary eyes, and in doing what he did, Ilium Dawn did certainly protect Charlotte de Tremouille, saving her from herself and from the retribution of the parliamentarians. Thanks to him, she remained alive and was given safe passage with her family to leave the island. Hard by here lived in modern days one for whom none had aught but praise. Well versed in Manin's law and ways, he loved her as she loved him well. Her future histories will tell the stainless course of Sir James Gael. Well, James Gael was born in 1823 and went on to be Attorney General, Deemster and Clerk of the Rolls. And he died just a year before this poem in 1905. As quoiv an a triis yn sienach Udson ver here. Eg a verse vein va gob du se veel ege, as renne core na liar a trai eg cadan a dunye eg. As tre rogge nisse as doshele, on shen van fenia chow staige. Ledden de voge jimmerky gusserie, as ve jerkel rishenaunde va geldich day. Ach, va neenerie, as ish go mornach me gaan a rugge wujelek, ginu begje. As huggy ersen de Chulina over Elje. Hij mag se gere as renny scalia magiet herrische feer, jai sect ledden de rasmillage. Jorish en treid en rien giri se vore, sein dut weer grogel nie sul ju jou shaw doortie, as geneiden de greiner bie weer a lal. Haie dunje eg she se gere smonny nach weg possible de Chulina en over shaw. A gedod de gedden maag beg. As hanne en shen, as we gennacht en fietrimshach, as jerkel rish we ernally jailgus a weisegge eg brisje en lei. The Welsh band Abank will be taking part in the Celtic Myths and Legends concert on the 24th of July, and they'll be giving some masterclasses as well on Friday and Saturday. And they'll also be taking part in the Mega Manx Ceilidh in St Germans Cathedral on Friday the 25th. They'll be popping up elsewhere as well. But here they are again now. Can Ysbrydion.
Teg ar goblin a rhyw gyhyrraeth drwg ein nad ag adweilad yn dyffryn.
Synd yw agdir yn laid o, toel o'r laid o.
Fe welwyd ysbryd milgi ar ail y bryn yn croesi ac ysbryd gwas y gallu thorn ac ysbryd corn yn canu.
Synd yw agdir yn laid o, toel o'r laid o.
Roedd ysbryd caffain mewian ac ysbryd ieir yn cracian ac ysbryd môr yn siorsi wil yn chwyrnu'n hil y pentan.
Synd yw agdir yn laid o, toel o'r laid o.
angladd yn lawr y bath yn gydradd ac ysbryd modd yn cadw sŵn ac ysbryd gwn yn ymladd.
Sing duet dydd yn lain o toi loi lain o. Sing duet dydd yn lain o toi loi lain o. Sing duet dydd yn lain o toi loi lain o. Sing duet dydd yn lain o toi loi lain o.
Ac ysbryd graig mewn i'r ddas yn prynu ysbryd canfas ac ysbryd chwan a bwyed sair ac ysbryd sgwar a chwmpas.
Sing duet dydd yn lain o toi loi lain o. Sing duet dydd yn lain o toi loi lain o.
And that was Can Ysbrydion, the Song of the Spirits, full of strange beings, perhaps from Annwn, the Welsh of the world, sung there by Abank, welcome guests yn Chroniach this year. Ach tre'r en Gael yn tosi sailj yn y grenia chiter y gera, honig yn dynnu eg dy rawn y jai sec o liw lint, as den siadw fer liorish fer, as raw i'r grain cailj. Var rin y snjengen yn ergits yn ei leis na tausen yn dy snjengen yn ega, as van y cretur yn bwysel rogol nis oldiw yn ras millet, as lin yn y sec leis jages moor. James Gael had been knighted in 1887, and after that unexpected visit by King Edward VII and Queen Alexandra to the island in 1902, which James William Gael's poem has also referred to, James Gael was made a companion of the Victorian Order as well. As Maidalwt yn tre ergitach o'r cion yn Claare sio. Well, Jason Moore will be here between 7 and 9 with the best in chill-out music, and then at 9, Judith Lay presents Sundown. Claare Gael closes with the visitors for the first concert tomorrow evening, Monday the 21st, superb Scottish band Rura. And Chroniach 2025 is running from tomorrow, Monday the 21st, to next Sunday the 27th, with lots throughout the week, so see you there. Cartna Shene, so until the next time, this is Robert Gutting Carswell, Robert Carslach.
Owl Bobby Bob.
Wishing you a very good night. Eve I'm a Chriorts, as Duts, Mayiri and Share.
It was a very different life, of course. and I will never forget